So this was me in 2023. Wow, big boy. So I've always struggled with weight since I was young. I kind of put on weight really quickly, but I always managed to lose it really quickly as well. But ever since I hit 30, it just got really hard. Every time I managed to lose a bit of weight, I just find a way to put back double of what I lost. And then COVID hit and everything just changed. So in 2020, I found myself bouncing around the weight of 80 to 86 kg. Especially during the COVID lockdown, my favorite activity would just be to binge watch shows and just eat ice cream. Then came the lift of the lockdown, where the era of COVID cyclists began. That's me. Yeah, so one day my then girlfriend was like,
"Hey, you want to buy bike or not? Me and my sister buying bike now."
Okay lor, I don't mind. I go and buy now.
So I found a $200 bicycle on Carousel. I started doing park connector rides and eventually moved on to getting a road bike.
Wow, steady just
Literally everyone I knew was cycling. Like everyone. I guess you could say one of the biggest things was the FOMO, and of course I wanted to lose some weight, right? So during that period I rode quite often, 2 or 3 times a week. And then in November 2021, the cycling hype died. So measures were eased and everyone was going out more and travelling. Bikes were sold, cycling friends were lost, and alcohol was back. So this was where I really found myself at the heaviest point of my life. The thick boy was back. So here I find myself making friends with sleep apnea and high cholesterol, and it lasted almost like a year. Then came Merry Chrysler 2022, where I found myself eating potatoes and ham. I remember feeling so bloated that I just wanted to move. And then the next day at 5 a.m, I just woke up and went to cycle. And yeah, this is gonna sound very cliche, but remember how fun it was to cycle and just be on the bike. I think the shift was that the mindset of cycling had changed. It was no longer about cycling with friends or to lose weight. It was just about having fun on the bike. So this time I started to go for solo rides 2 to 3 times a week and road rides on the weekends to get tortured. I mean, obviously it's not to get tortured, but you know how cycling is with friends. So then of course, not wanting to be dropped during group rides on the weekend, I started to cycle a lot more during the weekdays. Eventually I found myself cycling 4 to 6 times a week, and I didn't really even change my diet. And yeah, so after 6 months I found myself losing quite a lot of weight, and I found myself in a familiar place, the 80 kg range. And I guess this is what you would call the plateau. I stopped losing weight for quite a while. So yeah, being back at the same place, there was a reminder of the same discouragement I used to have. But I guess I just kept reminding myself why I even started cycling again in the first place. So yeah, here we are 1.5 years later, 17 kgs lighter, and voila. Yeah, so anyway, if you're already cycling or planning to take up cycling to lose weight, I guess here are some things that you should know. It's probably not going to be easy and it's going to take a lot of time. I think the key word here is consistency. It's really not about doing 1 or 2 hard rides a week, but as many rides as you can consistently. So I would say you should pick an amount and effort that you can really sustain for a long amount of time. And then for eating, it should definitely be in moderation, like everybody else says. But I guess the important factor is that you don't let your cravings take over you. Just eat. I think at the end of the day, everyone's weight loss journey is quite different. But I think for me, trying out the no carb diet and doing a lot of bodyweight exercises used to work. But I didn't really enjoy it. I felt like it was a chore. And then I found cycling, which I found really fun. And it just feels like I'm doing something I like with the bonus of losing weight and being healthy. I know this is quite a lot of rambling and quite a lot of yapping, but I hope you found this interesting. Bye!